So if you've been around here for a while, you are probably pretty connected with the idea of creating a podcast to monetize it one day. But the question is, how do you actually make money with your podcast? And what does podcast monetization look like? So today I am going to share with you how I created my very first digital course and what that journey looked like. So let's get right to it. Hey y'all, Crystal here today, and I am excited to talk to you about creating a digital course that is centered around your podcast topic, because this is actually how I came up with my very first digital course all about how to podcast and how do you go from an idea to an actual podcast. And that is what my first digital course was all about. So I want to walk you through the actual steps that I took to go from just an idea to a course and what that looked like. So let's dive right in. So there are actually 5 steps that I took to take my idea of creating this strategy and this process for podcasters, just like yourself. And I wanted to walk you through what each one of those look like for me. And I hope that you have some ideas that are sparked or you're inspired to think about your own course creation journey in a different way after we're done with this video here today. So step number 1 is I needed an outline. Just like any good student, I love a good checklist. And I was that student that was always like, okay, here is what I have to accomplish. How do I get there? And the best way that my mind works is you gotta be able to get there with a checklist. So that's what I did. I sat down and I outlined my entire course. I actually did this on Post-it notes. I'm gonna link to a recent podcast episode I did about this and how this idea came to me, but these are the actual Post-it notes that I used. I was cleaning out a drawer the other day and I found them and I thought, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that Profit Podcasting, my digital course, was born from just a few ideas that came to me on a Tuesday afternoon. So that is step number 1. I want you to sit down and actually outline what kind of content would go into your digital course. The second step in my digital course creation journey was taking that simple outline and making it way more detailed. So you can't just give someone a roadmap or the high-level instructions and say, figure it out. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't be very successful. So the idea here is to take your skeleton of an outline, right? What we did in the beginning, or the sticky note concept. And then I want you to flesh out those ideas. What stories can you add to it? How can you develop these concepts further than just the initial idea, right? So you're thinking of like the high level, like the chapters, right? If you think about it like a book, which I think is a cool way to think about it, you think about the chapters, and then every lesson underneath would be all of the things that you want to share about that particular thing. For example, I have a module within my digital course that is all about how to get started. And under that module, you'll find lessons on working with equipment and recording and coming up with content ideas. So those are all the things that I'm talking about whenever I'm saying fleshing out your outline ideas, is adding to it. And during this part of the process, in my own personal journey, I wasn't real choosy about what I was gonna leave in there and what I was gonna throw out. Like, this is important, this isn't important. There's no judgment in this first go round of really detailing out your course ideas. So just get to it, start writing and see what happens. And step number 3 for me on my digital course creation journey was actually recording my course. Now, I know lots of things are different now, knowing the things that I know, but back then, I did a lot of things very differently. Actually, I wanted to show you what one of my very first course videos looked like, so take a look. So the number one thing that people tend to be concerned about when starting a podcast is, what equipment do I need? Like, how much is this gonna cost? What's this gonna involve? calm down. I promise it is not that difficult. But I do want to let you know right out of the gate that there are some basic things that you need in order to be successful in this course. And the first thing is a computer, because everything's done on the computer. I think that there will be one day where everything is mobile friendly and tablet friendly and everything like that. But right now, that's not gonna happen. I do everything on my desktop computer, but you can do it on a laptop or you can do on a Mac, a PC, whatever you wanna do. And I'm gonna go through all the things that you need. But first, you definitely need a computer. The next thing is a USB microphone and the optional pop screen. And I'm gonna put the links in the next slide so you'll be able to see what I personally use. And I suggest it because it's not that expensive. And I'll just be really honest with you, I'm on the cheap side. Because guys, we're rookies here. We don't have everything figured out. So why go spend hundreds of dollars on all this equipment and then you find out you don't even like podcasting or you don't really, the equipment just isn't right for you. I don't want you to do that. So I recorded this video on my phone, much like what I'm doing right now, except I was looking at a script most of the time. My video editing is not what it is today, and I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. But you gotta start somewhere, right? So this is how I started on my course creation journey. I recorded right on my phone with a simple ring light and a script to tell me what I needed to say. So I want you to tell me in the comments below if you could create a digital course that's centered around your podcast topic, what would that look like? What would it be about? So if you are so brave, put in the comments below what your first or next digital course would be about. Okay, let's get back to the video. So the fourth step that I took in my digital course creation journey was creating assignments or worksheets that could help my students through each lesson. Sometimes these were really helpful in fleshing out the ideas whenever it came to planning their podcast content and other things. Other times, these were literally just a checklist to make sure that they watched all the videos that they needed to for that specific lesson. But I think that having a PDF or something that can keep someone on track is a great resource to have in your first digital course. And the fifth step that I took to create my very first digital course was I had to choose a course platform. Now, things look totally different back in the fall of 2018 when I created my first course than they do today. Back then, I used a platform called Teachable. It's actually very fantastic, and I still highly recommend it to people that are just getting started in their course creation journey. But to this day, right now, I use a platform called Kajabi. Kajabi is so easy to use. It's very fantastic when it comes to the design and the other elements that I didn't even think to include in my original course. But I'm actually going to link to Kajabi below, and you can find a 28-day free trial to test it out and see if it's something that you think would work for your next or your first course. But you will have to choose a course platform to house all of your videos or your assignments or whatever other resources you want to have for your digital course. So those are the 5 steps that I took to create my very first digital course. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This could have been so much simpler, done so much faster, and so much better the first time around if I would have had the Ultimate Course Creation Starter Kit by Amy Porterfield. She is my friend and my mentor, and I actually talk all about her in this video right here, where I talk about a conversation that her and I had, as she is my mentor. But this resource is so incredible. It will actually help you with so many aspects of your very first or next digital course. And I have a little special treat for you. Amy actually recorded a video that I'm going to play for you now.
Hey there, Amy Porterfield here. If we haven't met yet, I help entrepreneurs take their expertise, knowledge, and know-how and turn that into a profitable digital course that they can sell over and over again all year long. Have you ever thought about creating a digital course? Maybe you've thought about it, but you have no idea where to start or how to get going. Well, I've created a free resource. It's called the Course Creation Starter Kit. And in it, I help you get started with your first digital course. Specifically, I teach you how to choose the most irresistible course topic that your audience will absolutely love. I also show you how to choose a high converting course title so that you can stand out from all the noise online. And I'm going to give you the 3 different types of most profitable digital courses, and I want you to choose the one that best fits your business and your personality. This course creation guide is full of every detail you need to get started with your first digital course, and you'll definitely want to get your hands on it. So click the link where you're watching this video to download the guide. I can't wait for you to get started.
I just love Amy so much. She's so good on camera, and the girl knows her stuff, y'all, whenever it comes to digital course creation and online marketing. So I highly encourage you go download the Ultimate Course Creation Starter Kit. You're going to find a link below this video, so make sure you go grab it. And I highly encourage you to go check out the other resources from Amy below this video in the description. But that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to share with you the 5 steps that I took to create my first digital course, but to also introduce Amy's incredible resources, because they have helped me take my original kind of clunky digital course idea and turn it into something that I am so proud of, and it gets my students results every single time. But that's all I have for you today. So remember, check out these other awesome podcasting videos right here that have tips, resources, strategies, and all things podcasting. But remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.